Coalition talk is back. I'm Brian Lilley with TheRebel.media. Never really leaves us, does it? All this talk about a progressive coalition. If it's not talk of a coalition, it's someone, say like Ed Broadbent and Jean Chrétien, saying the NDP and the Liberals should just get over it and merge. What's really going on with this latest coalition talk? It's strange because a couple of points. One, the NDP is leading in the polls. Why would they want to talk about coalition? And secondly, did they actually talk about coalition? Not if you go back to the original article. The Liberals are pushing this coalition talk to try and bring the NDP down, I think, and they're being overly dismissive of the idea that the Liberals would ever entertain the idea of a coalition. Let me get to that in a minute. But first, NDP MP Nathan Cullen, he made these comments to the Georgia Straight. Let me read to you directly. He said, if, and that's a big word, isn't it? He said, if Trudeau's willing to turn to Liberal supporters and say, my dislike for the NDP is greater than my dislike of the Conservatives, then let him make that argument. But it makes no sense to me. That's what Cullen said in response to a question of what would happen if Stephen Harper wins the plurality of seats, meaning not a majority, but he has the most seats in a minority government. He was asked about the NDP and the Liberals working together. Now, Tom Mulcair said he's not looking for an alliance. So out on Twitter, you've got Gerald Butts, the basically Trudeau's brain, one of his principal advisors, putting out tweet after tweet trying to show that the NDP just don't know what their message is. Check this one out. Gerald Butts says he should check with his leader or the caucus translation office. Then he links to an article from the Journal de Montréal showing that Mulcair had said no to the idea of an alliance with Trudeau. Then later on, he linked to a story by the Hamilton News. It said, 2 days ago, when asked if NDP would consider an alliance with the Liberals, Mulcair dismissed it. They really want you to think that Justin Trudeau would never join a coalition or an alliance with the NDP, that he's the only one that can win. Except that's not true, is it? Justin Trudeau would sign on to a coalition not only with the New Democrats. Justin Trudeau would sign on to a coalition with the separatist Bloc Québécois, and we know that because his signature is right here. Here, let me zoom that in for you. Right there. You see that? Yeah. Justin Trudeau. Justin P.J. Trudeau, it says. He signed the 2008 coalition letter. He wanted a government that included both New Democrats and Liberals backed by the Bloc. That was the only way that they were going to be able to seize power, was with the full-throated support of the Separatist Party. So the idea that Justin Trudeau's clean on this is ridiculous. Now, I've talked to New Democrats. They're saying this is a tempest in a teapot. Cullen isn't calling for an alliance or a coalition or a merger, even though he ran for leadership of the NDP as the coalition candidate. That's not what he's calling for. I kind of get that. Let me read to you another quote from what Cullen said, this time in an interview with CBC, a follow-up on that one, where actually it was the Canadian press he spoke to. It's posted on CBC's website. Canadians are going to reward those parties that are willing to work with others and work on behalf of the country first, he said. Our eyes are focused on our opponents, and our opponent is Stephen Harper right now. Justin Trudeau doesn't know who his opponent is. He's getting beaten up by all sides. His party is falling. Now, for the Conservatives and the New Democrats, they are each other's opponents right now, and it's going to be an interesting fight over the next little while. But just remember, as this coalition talk keeps coming back up, that Trudeau's signature was on this document. But also remember that Tom Mulcair, despite saying he doesn't want a coalition now, was also part of that team that wanted not only the Liberals and the NDP in coalition, but the Bloc as well.